Hello, and welcome to Selling the Value of Reviews. We are so excited to have you all joining us today and hope you've been enjoying Birdeye View. My name is Lauren Schwab, and I will be your Birdeye guide during this session. And just as a reminder, you can easily engage with us throughout the session using your engagement tools on the right side of your screen. We have a team of experts answering questions and are available for support. So please utilize that Q&A and drop your thoughts in the attendee chat to warm up the attendee chat. Why don't you just drop maybe where you're joining us from now to get familiar with that. And while you guys all do that, I'm going to introduce who you'll be hearing from and get our session started. So today you'll be hearing from Nicole Woody, owner of Orange Fish Consulting and long-term Birdeye partner, as well as Zach Chambers, Birdeye's channel sales director. Welcome, guys.
Hey, thanks, guys. I'm really excited to be here and talk a little bit about Birdeye.
Yeah, thanks, Lauren. Nicole, super excited to have this session with you. I can't wait to get started.
Awesome. Well, thank you both for joining us. Zach, I'm going to hand it over to you and Nicole for a while, and I'll see you at the end.
All right, great. Thanks so much, Lauren, for teeing it up for us. And again, welcome to Birdeye View. We're excited to have you here. As Lauren mentioned, Nicole has been working with Birdeye in one capacity or another over really the past 8 years, and she'll get into that here in a minute. What we're really going to focus on today is reviews. We'll talk about some of the new AI features that we're rolling out and some that you might have already been using. As most of you know that are here at Birdeye View, you know that reviews and online reputation management has been an integral part to the Birdeye product and platform since inception. Over the years, we've seen iterations, we've seen the evolution. The product has continuously improved. Our lead engineers and developers are always at the forefront of bringing, the best new features to that solution. And now we're really about to exponentially change the face of reviews. As some of you know, we've already rolled out one AI solution inside of that product called Generative Response. That's a button that you can see in the platform already that gives you the ability to click it and then watch AI generatively create a response to that review that was left about the business. We're about to roll out several other new features, and we're going to talk about those a little bit in this session today. Those will allow partners and clients to look at the whole body of reviews and be able to pull out, intelligent things about their business or about their health practice or their law practice. We're going to be able to help people respond and translate things in different languages, and then also be able to respond generatively and kind of tell the AI, make it a shorter response with a light mood or a happy mood and a medium length response or things of that nature. So we'll get a little bit deeper into all of that, but I just wanted to give you a little sneak peek at the outset of this session. Now that we've kind of laid the groundwork for that and what we're really going to be talking about, now we really want to focus on Nicole and how she's really interacted with Birdeye over the years. Nicole, tell you what, give us a background. I know I kind of teased that you kind of worked with Birdeye for 8 years. Tell us all about that. Tell us about how Birdeye helps you solve client problems and why you're, what led you to becoming a partner with Birdeye.
Yeah, thanks, Zach. So I'm really excited. I know that, you guys can see on the screen, I've been a Birdeye partner since 2019, but I've been a customer for 4 years before that. So I started with the platform in 2015, which is just crazy to think that it's been that long ago. But really as a solution in the multifamily space. So everyone knows that reviews are important. Everyone knows that you've got to respond to their reviews. And I really started at the site levels at an apartment community. And it was like, go get responses, go get reviews. and make sure that you're responding to those reviews. And it was like, I don't have time for that. I can barely remember my email password. What are you talking about? I have to go do all this stuff. So, for my company, Orange Fish Consulting, we've been consulting in the multifamily space primarily with on and off post, our off-post military, on-campus student, off-campus student, multifamily, a little bit of a mix of all of it. And it's really, how do you create the solution to make it easy for the end user, easy for the person that needs the reviews. They know they need the reviews. As business owners, you know that you want your teams to be getting those reviews, but how do you manage it all and how do you make it right? So that was kind of where we come in and we say, don't worry, we have a solution for you. And it's an easy solution. And Birdeye actually is our preferred partner in that. I love it as a customer. I loved it. So that's what we offer as a baseline for all of our customers. And it's just getting easier and easier. It really started as a solution for online reputation management. Here's the solution that works. Here's an integration that works with the CMS that everyone's using now. And like you said, AI is changing the game and it's doing it quickly. So it's not like Birdeye's waited until everybody else is using AI. They're on the forefront of it. I've rolled it out to my customers. It's making their lives easier. And I'm just really pumped about where Birdeye is taking it and not increasing the cost. So thank you so much for that. That's making everyone's life easier.
Well, that's great, Nicole. Thank you for that. Yeah, I mean, like you said, being a part or inside the platform for 8 years definitely gives you the ability to see how things have transformed and evolved. So thank you for noticing, obviously, and also for being a client and a partner for so long. In terms of your clients, does the fact that you were a client before you started reselling it, how does that play out? And has that helped you when you're selling the product?
I think that it has. So I was director of marketing for a portfolio of 8 properties, and we were using pay-per-click and a ORM solution. I didn't love it. You couldn't respond on the platform. We were spending a lot of money, and I didn't feel like we had great results. So as a case study, we switched to Birdeye on a fully integrated solution and cut all of our pay-per-click within 6 months. That was 6.5 years ago now. And I can tell you, we haven't gone back. We haven't needed to go back. It's a much better solution. We perform better. So that's been something that I've replicated over and over and over again. And, Lauren and I were talking about this offline, and it's really been fantastic because I would say 99% of our cases have been able to, within 6 months, take people completely off of their pay-per-click and keep them on the platform by educating them and making sure that they understand how to play the game the right way. Google makes the rules and Birdeye makes it easy to play within those rules. So just getting that system set up, and it really has become more than just reviews. Reviews are a huge part of it. Don't get me wrong. You absolutely have to have them. But using Birdeye as the complete solution for the SEO, for the indexing, the integration, it's really just been a huge component. And that's what we use with our customers nationwide. So it's not just one market that it works in. Right. We've really seen success with that all over. So I think that starting as a customer, it was everything. That was like my whole, holy smokes, this thing really does work. Let's take it everywhere.
There you go. That's great. And that kind of dovetails into my next question, Nicole. Obviously, reviews were critical in the flagship product. Yeah. Listings, I always say, along with reviews, it's kind of table stakes for any bricks and clicks business. You have to be able to have all of your information, to keep your digital house in order, to make sure that when somebody does search for you, they're getting correct information. So with reviews and listings, and I know that's what you initially started selling to your multi-location clients, tell me how that relationship with reviews, local search, you mentioned it, kind of citations, how that's changed over the years, if it's changed over the years in your eyes.
Yeah, I think that we really, and we do this with all of our new groups too. So especially anything that's new construction, even some home service. We've got a couple of home service. Doesn't matter how small or big you are, you've got to make sure that the internet's saying the same thing about you everywhere. So it used to be, great, we'll pick up our ORM is going to be Birdeye, but now, we've got to use listings. We've got to clean things up. Okay, now we have to go over here and do this and this and this. Honestly, now, Birdeye continues to listen, and they've got it all in one place. So when we have a brand new customer, we set up everything on Birdeye first. We don't even do all of the rest of it first. I mean, we can, to your point, keeping your digital house in order. We start with Birdeye because it takes care of our keywords. It takes care of, all of our listings, and we can control everything from there. Our Google My Business, our Facebook. I mean, everything that we need to do to tell the message from the very beginning, we can start there, and everything else kind of trickles in from that. One thing that I do think that has changed, especially over the course of the last 4 years, is when we first started with this, it was like, great, let's set up Birdeye, but now let's go over and get nerdy in Google, and let's figure out what's going on and what can we track and how much traffic. Reporting has come such a long way with Birdeye, and AI is making that even easier, where now we can go in and we can see exactly what's happening in any kind of market. We may get a gut feeling of, oh my gosh, our customers have slowed down. What's going on? We can jump into Birdeye quickly and see, here's all the keywords. Here's what's going on Google. Here's what's going on Bing. And I absolutely love that because it continues to build value in Birdeye. And it honestly, as your operations people, as your marketing people, your CEOs, your C-suite, you don't have to go anywhere else. All those answers and your theories, they're right there on the platform, and it's pulling everything together, which I love. AI, this whole thing, like, this is like sneak peek, right? This AI stuff, but the summaries, the review summaries that AI is now going to be able to take, and it's going to take all those reviews and things that are coming in that people are saying and boil it down to you. I can't tell you how much time that saves from a reporting perspective. And I think anybody's having to do it that has an owner, or if you are an owner, you want to know quickly, give me the bullet points. I don't have time to spend all this time in here, digging through it. And everyone knows that you should, right? Like, best case scenario, you're going to sit down and read every single chat, everything that's coming in. But I think AI is making this so easy for us. And I couldn't be more excited that the platform is continuing to evolve and something that makes sense and makes it easy.
Yeah, that's a great point. And you kind of led me right into my next topic, which is to talk a little bit more about some of these new features, the exciting part of this virtual conference. Nicole mentioned that already her clients are using the generative response, and we made that feature available, I think it was in March. As soon as ChatGPT-3 came out, our product leadership was all over it. And we've been working Birdeye for years in AI. We've had natural language processors in the platform, and we've taken all of this stuff seriously. So once it did become, I guess, available to the masses, or become, a lot more likely that tech platforms could incorporate them into their systems, Birdeye was, if not the first, one of the very first to market with that solution. And now here we go. We're about to roll out 3 more tools inside the reviews module, which Nicole already hinted about one, and I'm going to get a little bit deeper on it, and then I'm going to tell you about a couple others. The first one is the generative response. That's been available for a few months. Everyone's loved it, and it's being used at a very high rate. The next one, which Nicole mentioned, was that generative review summary. It's going to help, the C-suite, the heads of departments that want to know, like, hey, how is, this region doing, or how is this location doing? Instead of reading 77 reviews they got in the past quarter, we'll be able to say, hey, out of those 77 reviews, tell me the key topics. What is the sentiment, over the past, quarter? You'll be able to look at that from a lot of different time spans and a lot of different, locations. You'll also be able to send out those insights. So let's say the person that's responsible for the reporting and that's responsible for kind of distilling all this, they'll be able to run those reports and then quickly share them across, the departments that are going to want to be able to understand what's going on with the business. Response rephrasing is another one that we're really excited about rolling out. So we've got the generative response. What if you don't like that? What if that response is a little bit wordy, or maybe the tone is robotic? Well, now with the generative rephrasing, we're available to select, shorten, lengthen, have the tone be friendly, happy, serious, or whatever the case may be. So there's going to be a really cool way to control that voice on the review responses, and to make sure that it comes out exactly like the business would like it to. And then finally, we're going to go global with being able to be multilingual. We'll be able to translate to and from any language. You'll be able to respond to reviews in the native language that the review came in. It's really accelerating the globalness of platforms. It's going to make having a review come in Portuguese. Had that happen a year ago, if you didn't speak Portuguese, you're in trouble. Now literally you can push a button and a response would come back in Portuguese. So it's almost amazing to think about all of the features and capabilities that this AI is bringing to the table. So those are the exciting new product features that are coming out. And that's, Nicole, out of those, I kind of rattled them off there. I know you're using the generative response, but out of those other three, which one excites you the most?
I think that we forget sometimes about having the different languages and things like that. And it's just going to become more and more common. I can't think of a market right now where we don't have some amount of people that are bilingual or that speak another language. International is starting to kick back up again. We really saw that slow down. I think people started leaning into technology at the same time that we started seeing a halt in our international population coming in, especially in our student housing areas and, around our universities, around our military bases. But, we're kind of getting back to it. And I do think that in a time where technology is so prevalent, it's not really acceptable for us to anymore say, sorry, we speak English. We really are in a time where we can, you've got the Babel headphones and, there's all these different things where you really can do more than that. So I'm really excited about that and giving our customers the opportunity to do that. And in a way that makes sense. No more it's pasted into Google and then paste it back into something that's been translated that's not really correct. And you're like, what in the world did that person just say? So I think that one's going to be really great for a lot of our customers that have kind of ignored that and left it to the wayside. So I think that's going to be a really great one.
Excellent. Nicole, you sell to the C-suite all the time. I mean, I'm sure almost every deal that, Orange Fish closes, you're dealing with someone, a chief marketing officer, a chief executive officer, someone, that plays one of those roles. How do you work through their objections when you bring Birdeye to the table? And what themes or concerns do you hear from them that you have to, overcome?
Yeah, I think that probably the number one thing, obviously it's going to be money. It starts with money. Sure. And it really comes back to the topic of this conversation, selling value, and are you creating value in the sales? So, I think for us, one of the big things is educating on why reviews are still important. Everybody knows that you have to have reviews, but I think that making sure people understand that Birdeye creates the solution for, I need reviews, but I need reviews consistently. I actually just saw an ad about this on Instagram this morning where there's a company that's selling near the cards where it's like, no, just give this to somebody on your team. You can get 29 Google reviews in one day, just swipe, swipe, swipe. But it's really, that's not playing the game correctly. And you're going to end up with having to spend so much more money. So making sure that people understand that people have to say, the internet has to be saying the same thing about you. That's where listings come in. Do we have it cleared up to where they think your information is the same in every single place? Is your phone number always your phone number? Is your name always your name? Then are your customers talking about you? And are they talking about you consistently? So that's where integrations come in. Are we actually integrating with your customer management platform in a way that is a high touch frequency? So, for us, multifamily, it's after someone's moved in. They're most likely to have an opinion about their experience. After a service request has been completed, that's a time that's good to touch base with them. So it creates more consistency with the reviews that are coming in. The next thing that I think people have always fallen off with is the response. Are we responding to them in a timely manner? The solution from Birdeye in the past has been, oh my gosh, we've got these great templates. We can circle through. We can auto respond to your 4 and 5 star reviews, which, don't get me wrong, that's been fantastic. But the next step to that with this AI that's come out and being able to actually digest and respond in a meaningful way. And to your point, Zach, being able to put sentiment behind it, that's something that we've never seen before. And for those C-suite, those people, being able to explain to them, this is going to be great for your customers. This is going to play the game correctly, and it's going to save your teams so much time. And no longer do you have to worry about, is it grammatically correct? Did I have the correct sentiment? Did I respond? All that's being taken care of in a really powerful way. And I think that that's really the value piece, and that's how we get it across the bar. And all of a sudden, oh my gosh, I don't know if I need it. That's taken care of. Like, you're going to save so much money by going with the platform that's doing things the right way and playing by the rules of Google and Bing and the internet that is. I think that makes it really easy when you're trying to sell reviews as a value and get it across to those people that really matter and that are saying yes on the dotted line.
Right. And I think another point, which you brought up earlier in the talk, was, hey, I'll save you money on your paid media, and give me a few months and I can save you money. So when you talk to that CFO and you say, hey, there's a little investment here with Birdeye, sure, we've got to get you up and running. We've got to get your house in order. We've got to get reviews consistently coming in. But then in month 6, I can save you $1,500 a month off of your paid media budget. I'm sure they like to hear that as well, Nicole.
Yeah. And Zach, it's not just the reviews. Like, don't get me wrong. The reviews is like the core, right? That's where we start.
Sure.
But I mean, honestly, listings, a chatbot on your website, the app in your phone for these small businesses that, don't have all of the, people think about this solution as like, oh my gosh, we've got to be big enough to be able to handle this expense. But I mean, we have our smaller properties, our one-man office solutions, where it doesn't matter if you're a home service or you're, an apartment community or scattered site. I mean, this is a solution that we're rolling out, and you can add on the social component and what they're doing, what Birdeye's doing with AI there. I mean, it's really going to be big, and being able to say, here's the core and here's where we have to start, but it's so much more, and we can, add and adapt based on what the business plan is. I think that that's really big for me too, is you don't have to only say, here's this little piece of business, now let's take you somewhere else for another solution. It's all wrapped up into one, and, you can really customize that based on the business needs. I love that.
Yeah, that's a great point. And we're hearing that a lot in the market, honestly, Nicole, is consolidation. I think, agencies, businesses, they're all a little bit tired of having to log into 20 different platforms or software providers. And when a firm like Birdeye can come in and bring a lot of those into one place, it sure does. It does help. Okay, that kind of dovetails and segues into the final question I really have here, Nicole, and that is, what advice would you have for other resellers who want to partner with Birdeye, who want to sell reviews, who want to sell listings, chatbot, inbox, social, all of those things? You've been, obviously very successful at doing it. What's the secret sauce, Nicole?
Yeah, I think it's just like any other sales, listening first. What are they really looking to achieve? And then opening up their eyes. Have you thought about how much time it's going to save your teams? Do you understand the difference between playing the game the right way and paying to play? I think that that's probably the biggest tip that I have is, understanding that truly you can get rid of a lot of this extra paid services if you start cleaning up your digital house. I love that you said that, Zach. I think that Birdeye is just the perfect partner in that. I think that understanding that reviews really can be simple and they can be consistent and they can be integrated completely within your everyday task. You don't have to do the heavy lift of, what about this and what about this and what about this? And we're all humans. There's a million things on our plates every single day, but with the appropriate integration and setup, this can all be taken off your plate and it can be working behind the scenes for you and your business and really be growing in a meaningful way that doesn't just stop. It's not like something like AdWords or pay-per-click where you have to keep it going or it's just gone. This is very foundational. And I think that that's probably the most important thing to take away and to share when you're trying to set up with your clients and you're trying to build your partnerships is making sure that people understand that this really is foundational groundwork to be used forever and ever and ever. There's the saying of once goes on the internet, it's never really gone. This is that, but this is you controlling that narrative. This is you putting out there what needs to go out there so that it helps your clients and customers and builds their businesses.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you guys both so much. I'm going to actually wrap it up here because we're at time. So I will just lead us out with, excuse me, if you have any questions or you're interested in learning more about the product that we mentioned today, join us for the office hours. It's a great way to get to know this product a little more and see them in action. We have recorded this session. It'll be available at the conclusion of the conference and available to you. But it has been a pleasure. And thank you all for joining us today. I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Bye. Thanks.
Thanks.
Okay.